Let's meet a boxing legend with a brilliant career. I'm Penny Lane, and In the Driver's Seat starts now. Welcome to In the Driver's Seat, brought to you by the Perfect Cosmetics Company, where each episode we take you on a journey into the lives of industry trailblazers and entrepreneurs who've carved a very unique path to success. In this episode, I sit down with Jeff Fenech, who's had a remarkable professional boxing career spanning more than 23 years. Welcome to the show, Jeff Fenech. How are you, Mr. Mauler?
So happy to be here and being able to talk to you. I'm very excited.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. So let me take you back a few years, Jeff. We're in Sydney. You've got 3 brothers, 2 sisters. Your dad's unwell. Your lovely mum is working 3 jobs, and you're out with your mates getting up to a bit of mischief. And you walk into a youth club. What happens next?
It changed my life. I met a man by the name of Johnny Lewis, who that day was asking if somebody wanted to box. I put my hand up and volunteered. The next day I boxed, and I didn't think I did too well, but he was full of praise for me and invited me back. At the start, I was a little fearful of going back there because I got beat up.
I bet you was.
Yeah, I went back and my life totally changed. I met, like my second dad, I met somebody who I loved, somebody who loved me, and yeah, it all just clicked, and things happened really, really quick, Penny. I was an amateur champion very quickly. I represented Australia at the Olympics in '84. So things happened really quickly, but I think it's all because of hard work, and I was just in the right place at the right time.
Oh, you might have got it by chance, but you don't keep it by chance. And what was it about Johnny Lewis that you really wanted to make him proud? What was it about his style and his personality where you wanted to make him proud of you?
Yeah, no, he's just one of those men that, yeah, you would die for, and that you would, if a train was coming, you jump in front of it for him. He just gave you so much confidence and love, and he would set me goals, and to me they were maybe unachievable, but I achieved them all. So everything that he told me, I believed. If he told me to jump off the Harbour Bridge,
you'd do it.
I would jump off. I just was totally obsessed and believed in what he told me.
Yeah, that's so good to have such a strong mentor like that. Have you adopted any of his mentoring styles when you train fighters now?
Yeah, definitely so. But I've learned also. Back in the day, everybody tried to be Jeff Fenech. Everybody who trained at the gym with me tried to do what I done, which, like I said, I was one of those rare guys who worked really hard. The one thing that I have learned, or that I'm a little different, is I treat everybody as individuals. And you've got to be very careful. Like, some guys can be pushed so much. Like Johnny used to swear at us and call us names, and
you wouldn't get away with that now.
You can't do that today. So things have changed, but I think just his love and care for his fighters, I've obviously taken that on board. And my first job is the health and safety of my fighters, and whether they win or lose, it's just looking after their health and everything else.
Yeah, that's good that you've got their best interests at heart, because I would imagine when they're in the moment, no one would be able to tell them no without a stern word. And with your career, you've been exposed to so many things, like with the showbiz world as well, but yet you stayed off drugs and you haven't smoked. And whose influence was that? Was that your own mind that was strong enough to do that, or was it Johnny or somebody else?
No, like when I was a young kid, 365 days of the year, we'd go meet with my friends, we'd do the wrong thing, but at the end of the day, they would go and buy marijuana and smoke it every single day. Like I said, 365 days a year. And, I had multiple opportunities to try it. I was, past the bong 1 million times. I just never tried it. I wanted to always be the wolf, not the sheep. I wanted to be the leader. And I wanted to be able to make my own decisions. I think that's very important today.
Yeah, that's good advice, actually, because you want your kids to be leaders, don't you, not sheep. And sometimes to stand up against the crowd and not do it is harder. I know I've caved to peer pressure many times. So if you're giving that example out there, that's a really good example to a lot of kids that are pressured into doing things. Have you got any advice for any teenagers that are in those kind of situations?
Yeah, the most important thing is choose your friends and the people that you're with carefully. If you're around good people, good things happen. And I more want to get the message to the parents. When your son says, I'm going to Joe's house or Jack's house or whoever's house it may be, go down and check, because 90% of the time they're most probably not there. And when they are there, it's really good to know the people that they're with. I think it's so important to make sure your children are growing up around good things and good influences. And yeah, and I mean, like I said, in this day and age, people don't go and sell drugs to poor people; they sell them to rich people. So you just got to be really careful and make sure that your kids they know what's happening out there.
They know what's going on. That's good advice. Hey, last night I watched your fight against Don King's guy, the guy from Ghana, Azuma Nelson. Is that his name? Surely, I'm not a boxing expert, but surely there was a lot of things that happened in that fight that weren't above board. What was your take on it?
Yeah, like I said, it was a great part of my career. Everybody says it was my greatest fight because most people know that I won the fight, and now the WBC has overturned the decision. But like I said, fighting him and then having a rematch with him, because after that fight, I was more rich and more famous. And I tell everybody, fame and fortune changes everybody. After that fight, although I still trained hard and stuff, I just thought, I'm going to beat this guy the next time. He went back, trained twice as hard as he did for the first fight, comes out and beats me. And I tell people the greatest thing that happened to me was when I lost. You learn from your mistakes. You learn from losing. When you have success all the time, you don't learn from success, but you definitely learn from failure, and you want to be better. And like I said, I'm here today because of my failures, not because of my success. Because I'm the person I am today because I learned more through losing than I ever did through winning. Yeah,
that's brilliant. They say, don't they, that smooth seas don't make good sailors, and it's so true. And the guy, Victor I'm so bad with names. Yeah, that's him. Did you two end up being friends after all those trading punches? Because that seemed pretty intense too.
It's crazy you said that. Just the other day you liked something of mine on Instagram or Facebook.
Did he?
But like I said, once the fight's over, although that fight I was a little mad, but once the fight's over, that's what I love about the sport of boxing. You both embrace and you hug each other. Win, lose or draw. And I think that's a really important factor in life, that you've got to be able to, enjoy your success, but you also got to be able to handle your failures and learn to live with them, and hopefully they make you stronger and better.
Yeah, excellent. And you're good friends with Mike Tyson, as we all know. When you and Mike Tyson were out together in the 80s, compared to a night out with you and Mike Tyson now, has that changed? Or is the tiger still there?
No, there's no tiger. He locked me in the cage with it once. But no, I hope it's changed, because back in the day, it was quite crazy. Like, Mike couldn't walk anywhere. You'd go to a club and, it was mayhem. We'd jump in the car. It was mayhem. People would be standing at the front of their hotels just waiting to welcome him, to wish him well, and to show their support. So, these days it's a little easier to walk around with him, although still he's a massive superstar out there. But like I said, I've had some amazing memories with Mike, and some that I'll take to my grave with me. And like I said, I tell everybody, life's about memories. I mean, I can't take my house or my cars or any of my jewelry away with me. But what I can leave and what I can take away with me, Penny, is memories. I'm trying to do that as much as I can every day. I try to leave good memories with people that I meet, and I try to have great memories so I remember.
Yeah, and you really genuinely do that. A lot of people don't know how much you actually do give without any recognition whatsoever. You give a lot to friends, family, people that you've worked with, strangers even in restaurants. Like, you are known for that. I know that you're very much like that, and you do like to give. What inspires that giving and so much giving back with wanting nothing in return?
Well, I realised one thing, that my house and everything that I own was because of the people. They paid to watch me fight. They, came to every event. They paid to watch me on Sky Channel. The pubs and clubs paid for that. So without them, I would have nothing. So giving back is maybe one of the easiest things I've ever had to do, and I really enjoy it. I love it, because you mightn't see somebody for a year or 2 or 3, and they'll remind you what we done that night, and it really makes me proud.
Yeah, that's lovely. And tell us about your beautiful wife, Susie. Where did you guys meet?
We met in Melbourne. One of my great friends, who was an AFL player, was killed in a car accident.
Oh, really?
And he went through a red light, went under a truck, and he was decapitated. His name was Darren Mullane. He was a champion Collingwood football player. and she was in the singing industry, and they wrote a song about Darren See the Magpie Fly, and I seen her that day on the stage here, and
That was
thought
it.
that, yeah,
Gorgeous.
it was, yeah, my
Everyone
opportunity.
loves a nice story of how you meet. And so you've done so much in your career. What's next for you, Jeff? What kind of things do you want to do next?
I want to enjoy my life. Like over the last 4.5 years, I've had 2 major heart surgeries. I've had valves replaced. I've been both surgeries. I've been one day away from death. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to obviously travel the world and take my wife with me. And yeah, not that I have to spoil her because I always spoil my family, but I want to just go and do more travel and do more things for myself instead of constantly just being around doing things for others. Not that I don't love doing things for the others, but I want to start spending some time, more quality time with my family and taking them away and, like I said, traveling and enjoying the world. My wife and I just got back from Rome and Malta a couple of months ago. We're going back in June. We're going to America sometime during the year. We go to Bangkok over Christmas and New Year. So yeah, I love traveling, and I love, like I said, I love Bangkok because I see what real poverty is. I thought I was in poverty when I was a kid. My poverty was, I'm almost a millionaire compared to those poor people in Bangkok. And I love being there. I love being able to give them money. I love being able to buy them clothes. I love being able to feed people in the streets. So yeah, I love going to Bangkok.
You really are an amazing man. I can't believe we're out of time already. I want to chat to you so much more. I've got so many more questions to ask you. But just before we go, please can you give our viewers your favourite line? Or your famous line, I should say.
Yeah, without doubt, I love you all. And Penny, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Hopefully people will watch and pick up a few little things that I've learned, because I've made many mistakes in my life, but I've tried to correct them. I've tried to teach people not to make the same mistakes I've made, and that'll make your life better. But mix around with good people and your life will be good.
Yeah, don't worry, you'll leave an amazing legacy. You already have. Thank you so much, Jeff. Lovely to see you.
Thank you, Penny.
This is Ticker, and we'll be right back.
You're watching Ticker. We'll have more in just a few minutes.